Hello again.
Hello, darling. Hi. It's been a while.
Before we get started, do you want to introduce yourself to everyone?
Hello. My name is Ciri. I'm a colossal Egyptian Sphinx maiden.
How's this?
Oh, perfect.
Perfect?
I love it.
See, she liked it. She liked it when it was bigger, actually.
Hey, yo!
The text, the font size, I mean.
Confession of today, the first one of today. Well, okay, I'm not proud of this. Anytime I see that, I get scared. All right. So when I was younger, back in secondary school, a certain person was talking badly about me to the point of free bullying. I'm not one to let that slide. I said to myself, why not marinated that person's toothbrush in my... Hold on, I need it. You know, this is the wrong time to sip my beverage. So I did. And when that person brushed their teeth, they became terribly sick, unlike ever before. To this day, that person has never known the reason. If you want something funnier, I was with people in Toronto years ago and gave some laxatives to their water bottle. Wow. I read the instructions and saw 1 per day said to me, and the kid was like, nah. He is a big man. A big man get punished. He screamed for 5 hours in the bath without a break. I think you can imagine the toilet's condition and how foul it smelled. So you like poisoning people? Awesome, good to know.
So,
eat nothing
is
from
this
the
like
cake.
criminal?
Actually criminal. I'm letting you know. This is actually criminal. You can get jailed for this. Let's go on to the next one, please. Please. I don't want to talk about this.
The next confession is from Sylvie. I stole a controller from GameStop. Back when I was in college, I had a blue Xbox One controller. I usually keep my controllers pretty clean. However, the stick started to drift sadly. So I went to GameStop and bought the same colored controller. Then the next day, I went back to return it. What I did was put my old controller in the box instead of the new one, and they accepted it. I got my money back and even a bit of store credit. Great success. No shame at all. I'd do it again.
That was a top G move there. If you go in there and you're giving your brand new game and they're like 50 cents, but then they're selling it at like, you know, the base price. Yeah, no, I don't feel sorry for them.
Is GameStop still in business?
I think they are in business still.
Yes.
Do you want to read the next one?
This is the pseudonym. When I was younger and I didn't understand the concept of money, I may have spent a bunch of money on my mobile games without telling your parents. That's so normal.
I think that is so normal. You hear about those kids who steal their parents' credit cards all the time, and then they just go crazy. They're just all, hey, don't jail us.
What? Do not cage me.
At least I'm stuck here with you, Siri.
I'm letting you know you're on the bottom bunk, I'm on the top bunk, alright?
Would you like to read this one, Siri?
Indigo Wolf. Okay, so I was having a bad day when a telemarketer had called. Instead of ignoring the call like usual, I decided to blow off some steam and have a little fun. I answered the phone like a skit based off my favorite South Park episode, the one with Eric Cartman and using stem cells for fetuses. I answered, hello. It's not funny.
12 seconds later.
Hello, you've reached Cartman's Combination Pizzeria and Abortion Clinic, where your loss is our sauce. We're happy to inform you a woman's expecting twins came in, and now we're offering a 2-for-1 deal on our pepperoni specials. And before I could ask if they would like to place an order or set up an appointment, they hung up. Next time, I plan on telling them they called a secure FBI line. Oh my god!
I can't get over the fact that he has a whole tagline. Your loss is our
Sauce? That's not criminal, but that's not normal either.
Unhinged?
Unhinged, yes.
This is from Serious Historia, and they said, as a humble knight, I must admit I'm dreadfully curious what happened to the rest of the Greek and Egyptian pantheons, and the Carthaginian and Mesopotamian pantheons at that. Do you keep in touch with Baal, Haman, and Melkart, Tishpak and Enlil, Set, Horus, and Thoth? Do you ever throw parties together for each other? Are there rivalries, romance? Surely the goddess of madness, wine, and revelry must have some hot tea to spill. Rather than spilling tea, I'd rather be spilling wine. You know how when we turn off stream and stuff, you guys just go and kiss all your homies?
What?
When you guys aren't watching, I'm just kissing all my deity homies, you know? This is from that really awesome, artistic, gifted, and incredibly handsome seal wizard that always draws Dia. Their confession is, Forgive me, O godly ones, but alas, I must confess, for I have sinned and I can deny it no longer. I enjoy eating nerds candy not because it's a tasty treat, but because it's the closest / survivable alternative to what I truly desire to consume, which is a 5-pound bag of rainbow aquarium gravel. Can I be forgiven for my gluttony?
Oh, they have Pica. I know what that is. Pica is an eating disorder, and it's not like, it's basically non-food items that have no nutritional value. So it's commonly something that starts out with children and pregnant women, and sometimes can also happen from psychosis, like trauma.
At least you're able to kind of satisfy with nerds, hopefully. This is like not that bad.
I would say it's not that bad.
Yeah. Now I wanna lick my salt lamp. Never have before. Don't lick your... Do not lick your salt lamps, I swear.
What's wrong with them? Okay, it was sent to you by no one. It was a ghost. The
Someone who wanted to
confession
hide.
is, at a recent con, I bought some safe for work posters and a hentai Blu-ray disc of Kakushi Duri trilogy.
Wait, I'm gonna Google this real quick. Oh boy. Oh.
The art's nice.
I guess not that bad.
Enjoy your sin.
This is from Lady with Funny Bone Arm. I have a horrible confession to make. Despite being a very evil villain who is very good at winning and has the power to inflict fear and intimidation to my opponents, I'm actually really bad at talking to people and expressing myself, especially if it's something I like. And apparently that's cute and gap moa, and I have no idea what that means, and I'm too embarrassed to ask at this point. Please and okay, do you know what gap moa means?
Gap moe. Is it like when you have the gap between the thighs?
A gap moa is when someone appears one way, but then their personality is like completely different to how you would expect. And that gap between their impression and how they actually are is like cute. This one was wholesome. I think this one was wholesome. Oh, interesting one.
Oh boy, yeah, okay. I feel more relaxed and able to do my business when the toilet seat is still warm from a previous person.
I don't know how to feel about this. I think it's weird when the toilet seat is warm from the previous person, but also in Japan, they have like heated toilet seats and it's really nice. But also... I just want to clarify that this was not my confession. Why am I talking about this? Never mind.
You know what? Yeah, no, go to the next one. Ventus, forgive me for I've sinned ever since I had vivid dream I can no longer find girls that use makeup attractive unless it looks natural. But it's an instant turn off if they use makeup, lipstick that's unnatural, like red, black or blue. I don't know why, but I just find women more attractive either without makeup or when the makeup looks natural. Can I be forgiven? So you want to date men? It's okay.
I want to know what was in the dream. Like, what the fuck happened in the dream? That was it a nightmare about makeup or something?
I don't believe this. Something about this just doesn't... I don't know.
Maybe people have their preferences, which is totally okay. But also, sometimes you don't know how much effort goes into doing like the perfect smoky eye or like a beautiful like festival glitter makeup or whatever. Like that takes so much time and effort. It's like an art form.
We're putting it into not the whole story. Something is...
Okay, next is from I Ain't Telling. I used to have a bit of a crush on Dio before she debuted. Then I realized she's a few thousand years too young for me. What? How did you have a crush on me before I even debuted? Maybe it's because they have a thing for Dionysus, the character. Did you change your mind after I debuted? Were you like, fuck, this girl doesn't know what she's doing with her life? Next is... Siri, read this one.
Okay, so it's from a non, which I'm already concerned just from that. I know how to fall and make it look realistic. Wow. The situation is incredibly awkward or annoying. I fall over and then I get up with a cold drink and avoid the situation.
That is the silliest thing I've ever heard. If you're in an awkward social situation, you just fucking like plop over. I can't. I don't know who this is, but I think we should put this in wholesome. Is this wholesome or unhinged? I don't know.
No, this is pretty wholesome.
Wholesome.
Like...
Okay. Whoever wrote this, I I'm stealing your strategy. I will report back, okay? Oh my god, what is this?
Oh my. All right, hold on. Dio, I'm sipping right now. I'm sipping right.
When I was 7, I stripped the clothes off of my 5-year-old sister's Barbie dolls because I was a little perv. We never found the clothing again. I was really fucking concerned when I saw a 5-year-old sister, but it was her Barbie dolls. So then I was like, okay. And then it was, we never found the clothing again. So your sister just had a bunch of naked Barbie dolls. She couldn't even dress them up. Are you kidding me?
Send to jail. Criminal activity. That's
Criminal.
That is criminal.
Criminal.
Yeah.
The first thing that Shark confesses is that he watches VTubers. That's insane. For shame.
Right to jail. Right.
Jail right away. Jokes aside, my parents had a pair of decorated plant pots given as a wedding gift and thought they got lost during a move from our old house. I know they weren't lost because I, for some childish, stupid reason, decided they'd be cool to roll down our kid slide. Oh. Both pots smashed when one hit the other. Those shards are hidden in the stream at the bottom of our garden.
And they're still looking for it. And you know what? Your parents probably argued over it.
Do your parents
Straight to
know
jail.
this? I think my dad knows. Oh, I guess your dad's covering your ass then. Yes, they are. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
Stop right there, criminal
Next.
scum.
Hey, you know, I was just talking about how tax season is coming up.
Yo.
IRS, if you're watching, I want you to know that it is not me saying it. It is someone else confessing that I may or may not do tax evasion.
Yeah, that's criminal. You're going to jail.
Whoever confessed to this is a criminal, and I follow the law.
You have to believe Dionysus. Look, she's in a suit.
This is from totally not a Dionysus viewer. While I was attending college, some old friends were having a birthday party. I ended up running into someone I used to go to high school with, and as the party comes to a close, I offered her a ride home when she offers to keep hanging out. One thing eventually leads to another, and we start hanging out a bit more. Well, a few weeks later, as we're recreating the Discovery Channel, her younger brother walks in. I make the mistake of making eye contact. I made it worse by continuing with his sister. After a minute, he finally leaves and I feel awkward, but get done with her. What the fuck? A few days later, I get a text from a number I've never seen before. It's her brother and he has a crush on me shortly after seeing me with his sister. I cut ties with both of them instantly. It still haunts me to this day.
Huh?
Was this in the living room? Did you lock the door? Like,
Yeah, I guess they were in the living room and he just walked in.
what happened to family loyalty? Anyway, moving on. This is from Ari, and their confession is women are hot, and I love them.
This is a confession from Casual HP and everyone in the cult side. They have confessed, called Siri cute and bold, and I don't regret it. She deserves it. That's crazy.
Criminal.
You see?
Criminal.
Criminal. Straight to jail. Not only did he call me cute, but bold, straight to jail. 20 years of hard labor.
This confession is by NH. I think I know who this is. And they said a VTuber called me Tony the Tiger if he was a VTuber, and I've yet to mentally recover from that.
There's so many layers to that. What?
What's wrong with that?
How is that bad? He has a deep voice. He eats well. He has like the Chad chin. That's a compliment. You don't like cats? That's racist.
All the cat girls out there were offended. Do you want to read this one? The grammar is tripping me up a little tiny.
The name is blank, so they are a non. I have a fetish that most people hate, and no matter what I do, I like that fetish. I feel ashamed of myself. May I have forgiveness? But you don't tell us what that fetish is. Like, you're a non already. You might as well have said the fetish.
As long as it's not Alabama or being a PDF file, you do you. Hermes, I hope you're listening, Hermes. This mentions you. It's from Ricardo. I have always considered Hermes as a teacher for God Gamer moments. As the best teacher as well. Matter of fact, I consider Hermes the greatest God Gamer and greatest teacher. This is what I had to confess. Is this a confession? Glazing. Hermes alt. Do you want to read this one?
Soldier of D is the name. When I was about 3 or 4 years old, I got this green teddy bear. I named him Green Ted. I would keep him with me every night when I would sleep. I still did even up to high school, my teenage years, and even took him on school trips when we stayed places. I don't have him anymore. He got lost when I moved, I think. Oh.
That's so wholesome, but also sad, because you lost him. No! Okay, this is from Moku the Third Eye. They say, I once got incredibly drunk and got super hungry, but I didn't have any food. So I walked for 1 hour in a haze to the grocery store. After putting who knows what in my cart and paying for everything, I started my journey back. The bags were heavy and I started to get sleepy, so I put everything on a bench and sat down. I passed out and I have no idea how long I was laying there. Probably half a freezer worth of melting food. Oh no! I'm surprised no one stole your food. Next time that happens, order takeout. Don't go to the grocery store. I don't think this is that bad. I feel like people have done worse things when they're drunk. This is from the goober of the sandwiches. I'm gonna come right out and say this. I bought pre-made soup. I committed the ultimate sin against the culinary arts and I used canned vegetable soup. I'm a monster. I cannot be redeemed. What is wrong with canned soup? Maybe we'll differ on opinions. Do you think this is criminal?
Personally, because I'm a chef, yes, that's criminal. I think the only acceptable canned soup is tomato soup because it's just basically a more watered down tomato sauce, right? That's acceptable. Now, when you start getting things like chicken and meats and things in it, because I know what preservatives and things go into that, that's why.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, okay? I will forgive this person.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, look at the time. Look at the time.
Oh gosh. Here, we'll put it in both. Whew, we're making good progress. What if we do a couple more and then we can save the rest? Would you like to read this one?
This confession is from the Galaxy's Queen. I have a dark secret. But because I was naive and frankly a bit stupid as a child, I kept something hidden from when I was a kid. When I learned about Bloody Mary in elementary school, I thought she was real since I lived in a place known for the supernatural. Since I always stayed after school waiting for my mom to pick me up, I would always go to the bathroom and try to summon her when no one was around. I thought she might not be what people thought she would be like, and she was probably lonely in the mirror. Oh,
that's kind of wholesome.
I just wanted to be friends with her because
that's kind of cute and sweet.
It's really wholesome. Oh my, we needed that. That was a good palate cleanser.
As you get older, you realize Bloody Mary is real. It just exists in the form of an alcoholic drink. Oh my god, you alcoholic. Okay, this is from Apolly. When my friends and I started playing League of Legends, parentheses, I'm sorry, in the olden days of 2014, I used to pick a Nivea, and for those who don't know, it's a bird that has ice powers and it can create walls. I would use her to trap my friends and leave them for dead. This isn't a confession, you're just being a troll, which we already knew. Also, League related, around the same time, I told a girl I liked her before we graduated into different high schools, so she would mystery gift me a skin.
That's evil.
Oh, at the end, they say I am a bad person.
If it's multiple, that's actually really evil.
So instead of, telling someone that you like them for a free skin, just murder them instead. I don't know where criminal?
It's definitely criminal.
Criminal,
yeah.
Alright. Do you want to read it?
24 male, okay? I guess this is important. They confess, when I was in the 4th or 5th grade, around 10 years old or something, my house only had one desktop computer that the entire family would use. At this time, the only thing one mind was Club Penguin and Pop Tropica.
Oh my god, I was talking about this the other day.
And so one night, my mom and dad sat me down on the couch and they were very angry and concerned. They began the conversation with the birds and the bees. Wait, what? I was very confused where this was coming from because I only literally played Flash games on Newgrounds and watched an ASDF movie. What happened next will shock you. My parents told me that a computer had an obscene amount of viruses on it, including Bongsy, Buddy, and that the parental controls were set off, alerting the internet provider, I think. I didn't know if it was them, God, or something else, but someone called them 18 plus content being viewed on the computer. And since I was the only boy in the house, aside from my dad, that they obviously thought was me, I had theories later that my dad set you up. You know what? But I was being framed for a crime I did not commit. I lost computer privileges for a bit and had to talk to a professional. Okay, that's a bit much. It was so awkward having your mom check in on you while you're doing what you're doing on the computer to make sure that you were behaving. Looking back on it, that is very young age for someone to be exposed to that type of thing. So it does make sense why they did that. For many years, I assumed I somehow got the viruses by watching Numa on YouTube or something because I really didn't do it. The crazy part is my parents and I never once suspected my twin sister, who later admitted to me when she was in college at a drinking bar. Future update, my twin sister later found out that she had a very early awakening or whatever because she hung around older girls in the neighborhood. She felt bad letting me take the fall for years, but was too embarrassed to confess as a kid. She is normal working adult at a normal job now, so I would guess everything worked out. You're still salty as I would be salty as fuck.
I thought it was a dad who set him up too, but then I was like, that's kind of fucked up, like, because he was only 10. Like, your dad's setting you up for that when you're only 10.
Lord.
It was your sister. That's so funny.
I didn't even know where to put that.
Criminal for the sister.
Criminal for the sister.
This is from Anon, and they say, I was hanging out with my brothers one day and we were goofing around watching funny videos, playing fighting games, and all that good jazz. I don't know how it got to a point, but like usual, they started making fun of me since I was the youngest of the bunch, doing the average, making fun of how I said something or just something that really bothered me. I jokingly said, I'll get y'all back, you just wait. And the oldest responded, you ain't gonna do shit to us, you're always too soft to do anything mean. Well, that night, I thought I'd do something that'd really get back at them, not only for that night, but every time they picked on me. So when all was said and done, I went back to my room waiting for a good time to sneak in the rip ass into the big fan they had in their room while they slept since it was summertime. When it was time, I went in there to pull the prank off, but to my surprise, what was meant to be gas sent straight out of my ass turned into liquid and I accidentally shot it to their fan. No! Before the smell could hit, I snuck out quickly and went to bed that night. They both believe, even to this day, the other person shot themselves.
Oh my god!
Shit literally hit the fan. You know, I will say the confessions were much more varied this time. There was less Alabama. Don't worry. I'm sure it'll be all wholesome next time for sure. Go check out Ciri and she's a way better gamer than me. My chat says watching me play games makes them feel better.
Damn! Thank you for having me. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.